Part of that is the Forza Edition Ford Coupe, which is this amazing car right here. It looks absolutely a real eye catcher, just like the controller. So these are the 3 cars you can choose from at the start of the game. First up is the Chevrolet C8 Corvette. The car looks absolutely stunning. The insane grip that it manages to hold means it is like a really great car to start the game. It allows you to go super, super fast, but it basically never breaks traction. Next up, we have the Ford Bronco, one of our cover cars, basically the hottest SUV of the year. And then a car that I would say needs no introduction, but we gave it a pretty cool introduction 2 weeks ago on the previous Let's Go stream. But yes, it is the 2020 Toyota Supra GR.
We're going to our first showcase event. What is this going to be? Talk us through what we're about to drive up to.
Yeah, so we've taken part in the initial drive. We've just seen 4 separate cars drop out of the back of a cargo plane, and we thought, well, what next? Let's go race against that cargo plane. And so this is a showcase event in which we will take on that cargo plane.
So yeah, we'll get a glimpse of the canyon, but we'll take a closer look later.
Wait, is that a...
Whoa. What happened there?
So that bike knew he was beaten. He knew he didn't have a chance. So he has switched to a wingsuit for the final stretch.
Oh wow! Oh, very good.
He probably had us beat if he was willing to faceplant into the road there. He had to pull his chute, and that allowed.
You have to make a choice at that point, don't you? Whether you want to win or whether you want to survive the race.
Yeah, it's got that Ford Tough DNA, hasn't it? So yeah, it's built for the road, built for off-road, built for doing work in it, built for chucking all your camping gear in the back or a jet ski or something.
Everyone's camping gear in the back.
Hopefully we stumble upon one of our ambient trucks or buses around the world so you can see just how big this thing is.
It is massive.
Yeah, it's a 6.7 litre diesel engine. It's got 1,000 foot-pound of torque, which is just insane. You could pull your whole house along if you wanted to.
Right, fit your house in the bed on the back.
Or that, yeah.
I will say, goal of the game in the Horizon Adventure is to get onto the Hall of Fame. The game doesn't end there. Tons and tons of content. And to get to the Hall of Fame, you have to earn something called accolades, and we'll go into those in a second. But let's have a look at the adventure screen really quickly, because this is one of my favourites. Look at that.
Oh,
how cool does that look?
So colourful. Look at that. Sorry, I'm trying to be professional here, but genuinely, that is incredible. I love it.
Tons and tons of fun. Loads going on. Let's have a quick walk through. I mean, I'm getting distracted. Balloons at the top there, cable car, blimp, cars.
We were really excited to see the game map. And we were like, yeah, we'll show you the game map. And we were holding this in the bag. This is we showed the game map ages
chat
ago,
has just exploded with the words, it looks amazing, it's cute, they love it, so clean. So nice work from chat immediately.
Right, let's have a look at what you can do. When I speak about going on an adventure and giving players the tools to like unlock the gameplay they want and tell us how they want to play through the campaign, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. We've got Horizon Baja, that's the home of cross-country racing. You unlock this, you unlock the cross-country racing. You'll unlock a ton of other gameplay opportunities as well. Not immediately with that, you'll have to kind of expand that outpost when you do. I can show you a good example. We've already built Horizon Festival Mexico. I mean, technically it was built when we arrived. We're not the architects of that. But let's have a look at the gameplay that's available there. So we've arrived at the festival site. We now have a nice tick for Welcome to Mexico. You've already seen and we took part in that amazing showcase On a Wing and a Prayer. Car versus plane, but with a twist. We know what the twist is now. And we can unlock a story called Vocho, which is finding and restoring a legendary car. Desperately not trying to unlock that right now because it is great. And the Goliath, right? What Horizon game is complete without an epic, many miles long race around the map? So you can do all of that at the main festival. And each one of those we call a new chapter. So earning enough accolades unlocks a new chapter, and I can choose to kind of spend my new chapter. Like my new chapter is going to be Vocho or it's going to be Goliath.
And the great thing about this is as we talk about this Horizon adventure, it's that every player really will have a pretty unique path through this game. And when you're talking to other people, they'll be like, oh, so which festival site did you open first? And you might say you've opened up the Apex Festival and you've gone and got stuck into road racing, and that will shape the way your game plays out for a decent length of time after that. But maybe I go to the Wilds Festival and I've gone all dirt racing, and again, that makes that next hour, 2 hours of my game completely different to yours, and the opportunities that come after that, because then I could go and unlock different showcase events, different Horizon stories because I've made that choice. It really does lead to this really sprawling, different split path gameplay that means everyone's adventure through the campaign will be different to each other's.
Yeah, and not just based on kind of choice of I really like road racing or I like dirt racing, but there's different ways that people like to play games as well. Some people, they'll want to open Horizon Apex, and then because they're kind of a completionist, they'll be like, well, I'm doing all of the content there before I move on. Whereas some other people they'll open Apex, then they'll open Wilds, then they'll open Baja, then they'll open Rush. It's kind of giving people the freedom, and we deliver it with this awesomely cute, adorable map. So I think we're going to go on an adventure, and I think we're going to open a new outpost, right? That's the plan.
That's the plan, but we're not there yet. We have to get some accolades first.
Yes.
Right? You mentioned accolades. What are accolades, Ben? I don't know. I'm sure Charlie doesn't know either. Tell us what they are.
I don't know either. Actually, no, I do know. So let's go through
Mike,
that. Right.
I hope you know what they are.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone here knows. Marco?
Hands up, I do know what accolades are. So as you can see at the top of the screen there, it tells us how many we need to earn for our next chapter. So we're going to go into the accolades menu, and we are going to see tons of categories, and really importantly, thousands of accolades. Caveat here, we're not asking the players, and we don't expect players to complete every single accolade in the game. What we are saying is, whatever you like to do, there'll be a good collection of accolades for you. It might be that you like to do a bunch of racing, and you like to do some PR stunts and some skills as well. It might be that you like to do just kind of online stuff, and we've got a whole bunch of categories in there. That's the kind of beauty of accolades, and they extend beyond the campaign. So once you've reached the Hall of Fame, so you've unlocked everything on the adventure map, and you might think, oh, what else is there to do? Accolades are this beautiful way of having this collection of bite-sized challenges that let you kind of mop up the things that you still haven't done and just extend your game. And I think we'll extend it in the ways we have done with Forza Horizon 4, where we're delivering new content on like a weekly and kind of monthly basis. These will plug into this really well.
Yeah, so it's not super clear as we look at the screen right now, but that little blue bar that you can see just creeping up on the Welcome to Mexico tile there, that is actually a progress bar that fills up and completes the whole thing and completes that whole page. As we stand right now, about half an hour into our campaign, you can see that it's basically all zeros and we haven't done anything yet. And it does at the start of the game fill up quite slowly, but once you've put in that sort of 6 to 10 hours, these all start to get quite near the top, and you're like looking at that Horizon Stories one, going, oh, I've only actually got a few left there, and it's super compelling to just go and finish that off and push them up to the top and fill up those bars.
Very Moorish.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a great word for it.
So, Marco loves racing, lives for racing. Marco fancies doing some racing. We'll have a look at racing.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Many locked accolades. And we need to go and build the Horizon Apex outpost. So let's go and do that. Welcome to Mexico is a nice small collection of kind of early game accolades. We have a few, like we've arrived at the festival. We can purchase a car from the auto show. We can also take part in a bunch of routes. If I select this one now, it will pin it to my HUD and set my route, and we can drive to go and do that. But before we kind of go back into game, I'm going to open the map just to explain that one of the main ways to play through a Horizon campaign is to go around and look at things on the map. And I think early campaign, we would expect many players to go through this is the kind of regular Horizon way. Map, piece of content, set your route there, take part in the content. What are you going to do next? Let's take part in this, and we'll go there and do it. But if I go back to free roam now, we can see that we have a pin, Horizon Mexico Circuit Rookie, complete Mexico Circuit, and I think we should head off and do it.
Game looks right now. Oh, there we go.
There we go. We've actually driven straight through the festival. Marco, do you want to do a U? Let's show everyone. I think we're taking a second to get the feed up and running there.
I'm ready.
Oh, Marco's saying no. He's going into the race.
Should we
He just wants to know.
But yeah, let's go look at the festival because we didn't really get a chance to look at it.
Well, at the festival.
Yes.
Let's go. It was a little, without question, our best festival yet. It's got some amazing features. It's got a drag strip running through the middle of it. It's got an awesome hangout, like car meet space, which is called the Horizon Tour. You can go out there, you can show off your cars, you can show off your cool liveries, hang out with other people and group up and go and do some racing. It's also built into an abandoned racing circuit. So all of this like sort of web of roads that you can see now is an awesome abandoned race circuit, or at least it was abandoned until the Horizon Festival arrived to breathe fresh life into it. And now, Marco, I'll let you do it now, Marco. If you want to go drive over to the start location for the Horizon Festival circuit.
You are released.
I'm gonna go across the field.
Just straight
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
the only way.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Corvette in its natural habitat there, going across
Yeah,
the
absolutely fine.
the embankment.
It's a bit bumpy. There you go. Arrive there.
All right, and
I'm ready
here
for
is
race.
our target. This is where we're going to go and get accolades so we can start our adventure.
Yes. So this, I think, is going to become probably people's favourite kind of test track. Well, he really struggled in rehearsal. So.
I know. Do we admit that our finely tuned campaign balance requires a win? Otherwise,
the way that we have set this up for the demo purposes, yes.
No pressure,
anything less
guys,
than a
huh?
win will actually really ruin the rest of the show, Marco.
You
so it'd be
did
really
say
great if
you
could
were
win.
better than Andy.
No pressure,
and
absolutely.
Andy won last stream, so I do think, you owe us a win here, Marco.
I'm gonna try my best. So,
As always, you are on a wheel. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah.
So, I think what we really did this time is actually investing and improving the wheel experience. And what we did is actually improving the handling and focusing on the force feedback code implementation to actually capture more details and create a whole new experience when you're driving with the wheel. And you can tell right now, I literally lost the back end, and the wheel told me immediately, and I could catch the car quite easily. By the way, I'm on simulation steering and traction control off, so just to make it a little bit tougher. And here we are. I can definitely feel everything that this car is doing. I feel connected with the road. I feel every single detail on the ground. And if I put a wheel on the off-road a little bit, oh, there you go. It feels immediately diverse. And that diversity is different across all cars, across all tires. And that's really important. Actually, really, really expand the experience and the engaging when you're driving with the steering wheel. And now, let's get back to the race, guys, because I'm still sixth, and apparently I've been told I got to win this race. So, got to put some effort in it. Oh, here we go. Another thing, the braking. The braking have massively improved. So we're now basically calculating the brake force based on how big the discs are, how many pots there are on the brake disc system. If it's a disc, if a ceramic disc, is a cast iron, is a drum disc. And we also improve a lot the way the ABS system works all up. So modern ABS now, rather than completely cut off the brake when a lockup is detected, actually mitigate and ease off the brake so you can still preserve some brake pressure and reduce the brakes distance. But these guys are really giving me a challenge. And
They're giving you a
I
go,
really
aren't
need to
they?
close the gap. So now I need to focus, guys, because the Skyline ahead of me is definitely using some turbos. And I'm on an
Ask you some questions,
old-fashioned.
Charlie. Quiz him, Charlie.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? I'm going to go off a little bit here. I think there are a couple of people in chat who are asking, you personally, Marco, if you have a preference of just playing on this camera, because I think some of them would be keen for you to change it. Obviously, I want you to thrive the best way you thrive, but do you have a preference for this camera over the wheel over others?
I do, actually. I do prefer to drive from this camera. I think you have a better indication of what the car is doing. But, I follow many YouTubers. I'm sure they're following us right now. Bye. And yeah, I really actually, I'm impressed how, guys, you drive from follow cam. And yeah, touche. I much prefer driving from this camera, to be honest. These or the hood camera is actually another good option for driving with the wheel. You feel more connected with the car is doing.
Perfect. So you mentioned that you've improved the brake system. I have to ask, as someone who is sort of, when I play Forza, I'm very much on the off-road style of the racing and hooning around. So what improvements have you made to off-road handling?
Well, that actually is a very, very big topic. I think higher level, we improved both the suspension and the tires. For the suspension, we actually went to town and improved a lot about the preload spring force, but not only the progressiveness of the damper and the progressiveness of the bump stop as well.
Reactions, we did come second then. So what does that mean, guys in the studios? Are we able to progress?
Well,
we had to do a little cheat while they weren't showing the game there, but that's okay.
That's okay. Sorry, guys.
I just wanted to call it out.
we are, however, now all good, and we're in a position where we can start our adventure.
Perfect. Okay.
So, I think we have a feeling where we want to go. There was a lot of talk about Horizon Apex and road racing. Yeah, so let's talk about how we build an outpost. So we don't just select Horizon Apex here and then it just gets added to the world and all the race events are there. No, what we do is we undertake what we call an expedition towards this festival. So here we go. This expedition for Apex is a Tullum expedition, weather a storm on the road to Tullum. So we're going to start this and we're going to have an expedition become available to us, which we are going to take part in with a little bit of a surprise twist, ideally. But what is an expedition? It's a really nice combination of kind of story and showcase-driven cinematic gameplay where you'll learn about the environment around you, you'll learn new things about Mexico, and kind of Ramiro will lead you towards the perfect destination for this outpost. So let's unlock that and head back into World.
Runs the program. I'll call her now.
All right, so we'll leave Marco behind the wheel there.
Kind of ticks along nicely.
Oh, here we go. Oh God.
Away we go.
Away we go. Yes.
This is Horizon Bravo 9er. Do you read me?
Now we're all going to have to pay close attention now, and there's.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Keep up.
I think for the most part we're probably going to shut up for this and let the game do the talking.
I know just the spot to expand the festival, but the path takes us through the deepest part of the jungle. Do you trust me?
Of course. Wait, why would I not?
Then follow the road. I will guide you from the air. And pray the weather holds. Is it just me? Or does that sky look
love the chat.
glorious?
That storm over there looks so mean.
You've got a question whether we should be driving towards that.
Welcome to Teotihuacan. We are slightly too late for this festival, I'm afraid. The name means place of the roads of the gods. Going left here. Looks like we've got the storm god's attention.
Rami, are you sure we should be heading into this storm?
A bit of rain is nothing to fear, my friend. The Maya know that too well. It is said that Jack Straight's lining at the clouds and rain will fall.
And you're doing okay up there?
Don't worry, I am still in complete control. Actually, I am not in complete control.
Oh no.
You know what? Let's not fly directly into that storm. Horizon Bravo 9er, anchoring down in the jungle.
What are they thinking about it? It's clearly not a race, but yeah, you still have to race.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I saw that, Marco.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Ramiro, are you okay?
Never better. Any landing you walk away from is a good one. I'm down next to some kind of flooded temple. I'll send them a flare. No one's been here in a while. Look, even the excavations are abandoned. An expedition to a lost city. Rediscovered by you, Ramiro Luis Miron, and the Horizon Festival.
Hey Rami, I think I'm gonna take a look around. Find somewhere to put the beacon.
Do not let me interrupt your Mesoamerican history lesson, my friend. You can come and get me when you're ready.
So this bit drops the pace a little now. So that first bit was obviously quite high octane. We were chasing Rami in his plane. We were heading out towards the jungles, but we found this ancient ruins site now, and we're heading out to have a little bit of a little moment to explore, to soak it in, to see what secrets we can find.
This has been here for
Stunning.
thousands of years.
Any eagle-eyed viewers will know that this is one of the ruins we went through in one of the very early episodes of these live streams as well.
I think I found just the place for that Horizon Pulse radio beacon.
Yeah, so I really like the change of pace in this. It's one of my favourite things about expeditions. These exploration zones, I think they're just really nice to really soak in the atmosphere.
Beacon is up and transmitting. Work.
Yeah,
Now
so we've got
at least
that list
someone
of
knows
challenges
where
on
we
the side
are.
of the screen there. They are optional. You don't have to do them if you just want to blast through and get back to the drive. But it's definitely more fun if you do do them.
Hey Rami, I think I'm gonna take a look around. Find somewhere to put the beacon. Do not let me interrupt your Mesoamerican history lesson, my friend. You can come and get me when you're ready.
So this bit drops the pace a little now. So that first bit was obviously quite high octane. We were chasing Rami in his plane. We were heading out towards the
Absolutely.
So I've found the photo point, guys. If you want to come over and we'll all
I
pose.
found the golden statue.
Oh, I want to join in.
I mean, this is actually 6-player co-op, Charlie. So if if you were in the
Maybe next
building, yeah, we
time.
could have done it. We
Maybe
could have
next
handed
time
you a
we'll
pad.
fashion away, because I've not played yet and I'm absolutely desperate.
I'll take a photo.
You want me to go through photo mode to take it?
Yeah.
We lined up nicely. Oh no, Marco's
Marco's
Do it.
he's
struggling.
he's doing his own
Guys,
thing.
it's not that easy.
All right. Here we go. Let's get this lined up nicely. One to remember the
Oh,
stream.
look at that. That's a great shot.
We should clarify that you should definitely not read anything into that number on screen right now. That is very much from a dev build and not a thing that you should read too much into.
Okay.
Right, let's have an explore around. We need to get to the top of the central ruin.
This music's stunning, by the way. The atmosphere that it's building is so nice.
Wow, Rami. I think I found one of the statues.
Don't touch it. It's very
I think
powerful.
we found another. My buddies, however, are elsewhere, so
Are you not? I thought you wanted to get to the top of the central ruin. That's what you said. So
I
I'm here,
did,
I'm
I
waiting
did,
for
I
you.
did, and then shiny things, Mike. Shiny things in the corner of my eye. You can't not go for shiny
Line up
things.
for a
Oh,
jump.
you told me to take a
Over the
picture.
top of the ruin.
Here we go. You're not just waiting for me to land on the top. Oh, that was
There you go.
Oh,
From
very
Total.
nice.
over the pair of you.
Barn out there. We'll check it out later. There's the plane and our exit.
Very good. Nicely done, everyone.
You pick up the feed, guys, isn't it? The Rami had to take an emergency landing. We had to then go and we kept him waiting a little bit while we explored the temples. But yeah, we went and picked him up and we carry on. I'm sure they'll be fine. That's nothing to worry about.
It's nothing for these cars, is it?
So we accidentally fell through that hole. We've landed in this little cave, this little cenote.
Yeah. It's gorgeous in here, full of atmosphere. I'm just going to have a little look around before. I should probably catch you two up there now.
Yeah, because this not a race is absolutely a race. We're gonna lose.
And we should know I have driving line off, and I am not the player to have driving line off. This is a recipe for disaster.
You should just follow us. You should just stop being so slow. And
If you can see each other, this storm is intimidating.
It's great, isn't it? All the foliage
So
blowing
good.
across the screen. I think we saw some lightning strikes.
Oh my goodness me.
Take a right. I hope you like fun, my friend.
Couldn't like it more. Let's do this.
Hold on. Can I see those photos?
What? Wow.
Yes, I want to see. I really want to see them. Okay. That one was very close. Go faster, please.
you okay, Charlie?
That lightning is going to make me jump every time I see it. In real life, I'm not a big fan of lightning, but that is so visceral and just right in front of you. It's so cool.
The clouds are breaking. Keep pushing. We're through the worst of it now. Tsuzumi's just around the corner. Welcome to beautiful.
There it is. You get that
We made
beautiful
it.
view of Tulum.
All thanks to the weather.
Oh,
You're
wow.
right. And now
go
these
left.
beaches look beautiful.
And there we go.
We have arrived.
You know, I think this will be the perfect spot.
I think you're right, my friend.
Easy to forget the
I
reason we did that
also
was
agree.
to open a new festival site.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Loads of cool new accolades as well. That'll help us on the way to the next section. Ooh, want a new car?
Oh.
Here we go.
You made it! No thanks to Ramiro, no?
Racing events and lead towards all of the kind of stories, showcases, finales that Horizon Apex comes with. So we've previously had a look at accolades in the road racing category. Why don't should we head back there and have a look at what's been unlocked, or should we go through the map? Because the two kind of ways you can play the campaign, really.
I think we should go through the map for now.
All right.
For now.
I know of a really nice circuit up on the East Coast that I think we should go and find.
All right.
So
I think you've got control of Marco's map.
I do.
So,
I was looking at you thinking you had control, Mike, but I've got control. Right. I will set a route there and let Marco drive us along the way.
All right.
Perfect. I've also got more questions to ask for Marco about this wheel as well. Specifically, you say that that's your desk, that you live in it. I feel like you're the expert to answer this question, but has the wheel experience and force feedback been improved?
Yes, it has definitely been improved, and it has improved as a consequence of working on the force feedback itself, but also looking at all the micro details that we were missing in terms of calculation of force feedback, and now we definitely like improved a lot in terms of what you feel through your hands. For example, now I'm driving on the asphalt right here, and while the surface actually feels a little bit bumpy, you can also feel some bumpiness coming through the wheel as well, because all the micros. Yes, so
whilst also trying to win this race.
you're asking
Simple
me a
job,
lot
I'm
today.
sure. I know. Really grilling you, aren't I?
Speaking of brakes. Anyway, no, the way the brake system has improved is actually now we looking at the brake system itself. As I said before, we have now like a more data-driven calculation for the brake system as a separate entity. It's like its own entity rather than calculating the grip as a result of the grip of the car, if you see what I mean. So as a consequence of that, and I think our fan will actually love it, now when you go and upgrade your weak brake car, you see a much bigger jump with the upgrades, which is cool. You can really transform, a bit meh car in terms of braking to a phenomenal racing car performance braking now. And that's all thanks about the new brake system. The feeling of braking is more intuitive to drive. You can judge better the brake distance. You can ease off the brake and actually use the trail braking to let the car rotate a little bit more in towards the corner. And it's just better overall. And it feels nice, it's more fun, it's more authentic. So, yeah. Absolutely.
And you're making it look very good as well.
Now I'm trying to win as well.
Say.
So.
I mean, Michael, Ben, can we get a little bit of context on what this race is that we're doing here, where it is on the map? If anyone else has just joined us.
Yeah, so this is the Playa Azul circuit. It's just a little bit north of the festival that we just opened out on the East Coast. It just cuts through the little village of Playa Azul here. It's this real tropical paradise out on the east coast of the map. It's an absolutely beautiful place. And how much does this just look like that? A perfect holiday resort. And it's got a really great set of corners as well. I think it's one of my favorite circuits. And I've thrown Marco into it as I was messing with the pad while I was getting him ready for this. So I put him in the Super as well, which you might not have been expecting. But
wasn't expecting that, yeah. Supra is actually great fun to drive. It's more tail happy a little bit. Most of the traction control off, so everything makes a little bit more engaging.
And then I can add to that. Kind of Mike spoke about where this is geographically, how beautiful it is, and how fun it is to drive. Completely agree with all that. And in terms of gameplay, this we're enjoying the fruits of the fact that we did the expedition and opened the new festival outpost, and it was road racing. And this is a new road racing event that we've got. Complete with tons of new accolades to earn to start kind of unlocking more chapters.
I think that's the thing I'm the most excited about. I mean, as someone who is very much trying to get to the finish line of Forza Horizon 4 at the moment, which, by the way, guys, happy to report I only have 8 achievements left in the whole game, and the drift ones are nearly done. I'm getting there. The idea of actually having a whole new map, but also with the addition of these accolades, it feels like I'm going to get this game delivered to me on November 9th, or earlier if you get the premium add-on bundle. And there's just so much for me to dive in and sort of access, but I can take it at my own pace and do what I want on any given day. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's a really good summary of it. If Mike doesn't mind me using a term he uses with me quite a bit when we're talking about the game kind of behind the scenes, snackable is the term we use, and that is really a very good way to describe the kind of campaign. It's really, really snackable. You can drop in, you can do a tiny piece of gameplay, which is like we're kind of showing here, one race, get a couple of accolades from that, maybe more if you've done some bonus ones while you've been driving, or you can kind of...
Filthy, Marco. Filthy.
That was
You got to do it.
dirty.
You got to do it.
Any questions for Marco? Throw them at him. Any physics questions,
Yes.
handling questions, anything
Get
at
him.
all. Go deep as you like. So we are now looking at the card collection. So as we think about the campaign, we've talked about the kind of initial experience, the accolades, the adventure. All of that stuff carries you through the game from hour 1 to hour 2 to hour 10. But as I just mentioned, some people are going to play the game for hundreds of hours. Some people are going to set out to try and unlock all of the hundreds of cars that are available in Forza Horizon 5. And for those people, the car collection is the perfect place for them. You're getting a look at it now. It feels a bit like a sticker book or card collection.
That's a great vibe, actually.
Each card is represented by each car is represented by one of these little cards, and as you add that car to your garage, you'll see it flip over and get added into your collection. Each of the manufacturers as well also has a reward associated with it. We'll skip past it now, but with Nissan, for completing all of the Nissans, there was an exclusive Nissan that you can unlock for completing them all. We're now looking at Porsche, and again, I think we'll, if we just click through these and unlock a few of them, you can see there is a exclusive Porsche that can be unlocked there as well. Also, a cool feature of the car collection screen is that you can just hit Y and purchase a car with a click of a button. And just like that, you have spent 1.5 million credits. Be
Thank
careful.
God it's not that easy in real life.
As I say, this is it's a lot of fun throughout the game, but it really comes into its own really late game. Once you've sunk in loads of hours and you've got loads of cars already, you go into this screen and just as you look at Porsche there's only 3 that you need to complete the set. It's so compelling to just add them all to your garage and get them all. And then for doing so, you get yourself a Forza Edition 911.
Wonderful, very good.
That's
And I have
car
to ask,
collection.
because
Is
I'm
it
so-
has some steering wheel nerd stuff to show people?
Yeah, so actually, once you've...
it's a nice intro.
This is the way I was driving. So yeah, ABS is still on, but the steering is simulation. Actually, simulation for me on the steering, it feels much nicer, and yeah, you feel more attached. You feel less, you feel more responsive from the car, and you're more in control with the car. Traction control off just because it's more fun, and shifting manual just because, don't really have a shifter right here for now. But let's go through the new slider that we've added so you can actually customize the way the force feedback and the steering wheel works. So we've added down at the bottom. Let's go save. Continue. Settings. I think there you go. Now I'm in with the steering. There you go. So as we're turning, we always have the force feedback scale, the center spring scale, the damper scale. That hasn't changed at all, but we now changed the way the mechanical trail. So this one actually allows you to tune up or down the suspension component of the force feedback, so you can feel more at the back end or the front end. It depends what you like. It depends what you're doing. If you're drifting, just go up. And then we actually added the minimum force. Now the minimum force basically enhances a little bit the lateral force from the tires, so you feel a lot more, especially in the center point of the steering wheel. Then we have the load sensitivity, so you can tune up or down the maximum lateral force that gets sent to the force feedback, so you feel more force when you're at the peak of the grip. But ultimately, the road feel actually is split into 2 parts. Is the road feel for when you're on an asphalt, and off-road feel for wherever you are off-road. So you can really go down and tune every single aspect of the driving experience on the steering wheel.
Blimey, that's very intense. I hope that answered your question, Even One. I think I was blooming brilliant. And
Oh, we didn't get to say bye.